Hello YouTube, and if you already know, this is Ben, and if you've noticed, I am in a different place than my room. I am in my basement, and as you can tell from the title of the video, I am going to show you part 1 of the Van Halen history, which was very different from most bands. Now, if you ask somebody about Van Halen, if you like, what's your favorite song, they're probably going to say one of their biggest hits, which is off of the compilations Best of Both Worlds or Best of Volume 1 or the DVD of that. But I want to show you there's a lot more to that. In 1978, music was starting to get mega big. But not just any type of music, rock and roll. And I'm not talking about rock and roll as I'm talking rock and roll as in my next video. I'll get into Van Hagar, which I'll just go ahead and show you what they sound like. I'm more into David Lee Roth, but Van Hagar's okay, I guess. So, what do you get whenever you take a singer who's energetic and girls love him? You get a guitarist who goes insane on just stuff nobody's ever seen before. You get a drummer who is amazing and a bassist who is okay, I guess. Some of Michael's stuff is okay. You get Van Halen. And if you didn't know this, Eddie and Alex were born in a European country, the Netherlands. And Eddie and Alex grew up with classical and jazz music. And they ended up moving to Pasadena, California, where they met David Lee Roth and Michael Anthony. In the beginning, Eddie played drums and Alex played guitar, but they ended up switching. And Michael Anthony, Eddie Van Halen, and Alex Van Halen were in a band separate from David Lee Roth, and they actually hated each other, very much so. But they ended up combining, and they made Van Halen. So people thought their music was really interesting, and so they ended up making a demo tape and played some couple of places, and Gene Simmons came up to them and started talking to them, and he was the one that helped them make the idea to make the demo tape. So Gene Simmons helped all that he could with them, but he couldn't really do much at all. So he's like, here's the demo tape, I did all I could, here you go. So they kept playing more local gigs, and Ted Templeman from Warner Brothers heard them, and he's like, you guys are really good, do you have a demo tape? And they said, yes, we do. So they made the demo tape. They did sell copies of those, they reissued it or whatever. I do not have a copy, but I'm looking for one. And I believe it was February 1978 they made. This album came out in February 1978, and it went platinum that year. Van Halen was never expecting it to go platinum, but it did, and guitarists everywhere were listening to Eddie Van Halen's solo Eruption, which the story of that is, before performing a show, Eddie Van Halen was warming up, and that was the song he used to warm up. And one of the dudes at the record company said, "Hey, that's really good. You should make that a song." And he goes, "It's just my warm up." And they go, "Just make it a song." It went on there, and guitarists everywhere heard it, and they were very much inspired by Eddie Van Halen, who made the tapping technique on the guitar popular. And so they toured a while with that, and by then they were known for having wild parties and stuff like that. And in 1979, they released Van Halen 2.
They sent the sheriff down to try and drive us away. We was sitting ducks for the policeman.
So, after this, Van Halen was even more on top of the world, and they became a household name, and Eddie Van Halen was spoken in almost every single music store as one of the greatest guitarists ever, and he still reigns that today. So after Van Halen 2, it went platinum also, and they ended up realizing that they were becoming bigger than they ever expected. They were huge everywhere, and after this went platinum, they started recording some more. And before I get on to their next album, there was a picture, find it. Stupid camera. David Lee Roth right there. While making that jump, he ended up breaking his foot, which is right there. You can kind of see it's in a cast. And that's just a fun fact for you. And so after, in 1980, they released, which is probably my favorite, or it's in the top 2 of my favorite Van Halen albums, Women and Children First.
Some new sensation. Well, the kid is into losing sleep, and he don't come home for half a week. You know, it's more than just an aggravation. And the cradle will rock. Yes, the cradle will rock. And I say rock crawl. Ooh, rock crawl. Local kid gets down, they try and drum him out of town. They say you could at least faked it.
Okay, so I'm running out of time now, so this is going to be part 1 of my video for the history of Van Halen. Soon I will also post a little bit more about Women and Children First, but for now, bye.